What's up guys, this is Yasin. So we just got a bunch of new support for older decks announced in Doom of Dimensions, and we're going to be checking it out, as well as these new cards right here, which is complete insanity. It's gonna be a really good one. But anyways, before we go any further, as always, you know the drill, smash the like and subscribe button, check out my Blue Eyes Crystron and Lunite Spreadsheet on my website, yacineygo.com, very first link at the top of the description box below. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so first things first, we all have that one friend, and by that one friend, I mean those infinite friends who are completely obese and addicted to junk food. It's unfortunate that these cards are not in the TCG but rather Rush Duel, but holy crap. Especially those chicken nuggets, man. I identify so much with this archetype. It's actually insane. Imagine going normal summon, I don't know, like McFlurry or something, and then Chain Ice Cream, and then Set Donut, and then Effect of Chicken Nuggets in the hand, special summon itself, and then draw 5 or something. I don't even know. But and also fries. Like, it has to be a 1-card FTK that religiously destroys everything you got. It's a Dark Warrior. Imagine fries being Dark Warrior. And also, how the hell can Chicken Nuggets be Dark Warrior? Donut, Dark Warrior. They're all Dark Warriors. You know what? Look, zero logic, but I'll take it. This burger comes with bacon. There you go. So all of a sudden, I can't eat it anymore. A Hungried burger. That's insane. Hamburger fast recipe. Regular recipe. That's insane. Hungry coupon. Oh my god. And the meal as well. Yo, we actually need this archetype for every single fast food chain out there. Broken. And we need it in the TCG now. Why does Rush Duel have to have all the good things? Bro, they have the best artworks. They have the best card design. Like, look at how beautiful the card itself is, like the frame and everything. It looks so beautiful. And then in the TCG, obviously, yeah, that's not really a thing. Anyways, whatever. Let's get into the new True Draco cards first. So this one right here is Masterpiece, the True Draco Overlord. If you think you weren't screwed enough before with potential, you know, mistakes, writing Masterpiece, the True Draco Slayer in, like, your deck list by accident, then there's, like, a third way of messing it up, just like with the Fire Kings. There's, like, Infinite Garunix, Infinite Kirin. Now there's 3 Masterpieces, and 2 of them are, you know, I'm not gonna say anything. Level 10 Dark Wyrm, 2950, 2950. It doesn't look exactly identical to Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King, which, by the way, is the good one. The True Draco Slayer is shit, and the True Draco Slaying King is good. Requires 3 tributes to normal summon face up, just like the Metaltron something whatever. But you can tribute continuous spells and traps you control as well as monsters. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or field and you control this tribute summon card, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do destroy that card. It negates Nibiru. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, who cares about anything else? I am extremely scared personally myself of Nibiru if I'm playing True Draco, because, you know, with like the 2 or 3 summons that I'm doing a turn, the absolute last thing that I want is my opponent to nib me. So yeah, clearly this card is going to be huge. If this tribute summon card is destroyed by battle or by an opponent's card effect while it's in the owner's control, you can skip your opponent's next main phase. This is one of the worst cards I've ever read in my entire life. There's absolutely no way we can go back in time, you know? Like in 2017, they printed Masterpiece of True Draco Slaying King, which was a ridiculously overpowered card for back in the days, like, standards. And nowadays, like, nobody really cares anymore. Like, the card can go to 3 and nobody's gonna complain. But, like, this is, like, objectively worse than the, like, original Masterpiece. I don't understand. Like, this is completely unplayable. This is the kind of card that should have been summonable off of 1 tribute, unironically. 3 tributes is, like, ridiculous, and also the effect is horrendous. At the very least, negate anything. But yeah, this is not easy to summon. I'm not gonna lie. It's a 4-card combo, kind of. You need the monster and then 3 other cards. So yeah, conclusion, dog shit. Anyways, this one is Mariamna Paradox, the True Draco Phoenix Knight. Level 6 Wind Wyrm. It's kind of like a Draco version of Mariam, the True King, which is also a Draco, which makes no sense when I think about it. Hold on a second. Whoa, and I just said, like, the most ridiculous. No, actually, Mariam, the True Draco Phoenix. It's the only True King that is a True Draco monster. It's very stupid. Okay, so to tribute summon this card face up, you can tribute a continuous spell or trap card you control instead of a monster, and then first and second effect once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can destroy 1 other True Draco or True King card in your hand or face of field, and if you do, special summon this card to either field. And if this card is normal or special summon from the hand, banish the top 4 cards of your deck. So in other words, the goal is to summon this on your opponent's field and then banish 4 cards. And wow, what do you know? Banish Dormouse, White Rabbit, Hare, and Chessy Cat. Wow. Wow, so you gave like one monster to your opponent, right? And then as an added bonus, you also gave a +4 to your opponent. So your opponent starts with 4 monsters on the field and 6 cards in hand, like going second, so that's a +5. And then you also had to like neg 1 from the hand, like neg another card. Yeah, in other words, this card sucks. Again, I don't understand why they're printing a card like this. Even in 2017 standards, this card would have sucked. Like, it would have been garbage. Like, nobody would have played this card. So why are we going back in time? This is worse than the original Masterpiece, and this is worse than Ignis. It's worse than Dynamite. It's worse than, what's his face looking as? Majesty. Unplayable. Alright, Draco Standoff, continuous spell. You can only activate 1 card with this card once per turn. Second effect, once per turn as well. When this card resolves, you can add a true Draco or True King monster, or a Draco Slayer or Draco Overlord Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. I'll give it a pass. This is actually a very good effect, because it is a 1-card combo, I guess you can say. So you just search like Ignis or Dynamite, whatever, and then you tribute summon it right away. This is very, very good. It's a great card, for sure. If a face-up True Draco and or True King monster you control is destroyed by battle by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of them, place it face-up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. It's not horrendous, because you can still, you know, go Diagram, Destroy, and then Heritage, you know, draws an extra card, because it's still, you know, a True Draco or True King card. So, I mean, that's nice. I do find it awkward how they're trying to, like, make True Draco and True King work with each other, when in reality, I know it's kind of like the same thing, but it's never been played as like a combined archetype. And now True Draco is like a Pot of Duality and Card of Demise kind of deck that doesn't special summon, and True King was played in decks that actually benefit off of their monsters being destroyed, like obviously Dinosaur with Baby Ceresaurus and stuff like that. There's obviously other decks that used to play that deck, but that engine. But yeah, I mean, this is a fantastic card, so I think this is the only one that's gonna see play. And even then, I don't know if it's gonna necessarily be a 3 of, but I mean, it's fine. It's a good card. But yeah, this is like a 0 out of 10. Like, actually horrendous. Unless I'm missing something, but I really don't think so. Because there's no way you want to normal summon this yourself. Like, you're not gonna benefit off of banishing the top 4 cards of your own deck. And it's a mandatory effect. It's so weird. And yeah, let's not even talk about this one. Alright, let's get into the Akiza cards. So Black Rose Dragon support. This one is Violence Witch. It's definitely a remake of Violet Witch, I think. Yeah, 11, 12, yeah, exactly. Okay, so first and second effect once per turn. If you control a Black Rose Dragon, or a Monster Dimension Zord, or a Plant Synchro monster, you can special summon it from the hand. Okay, sure. If this card is sent to the graveyard as, and a Synchro monster is on the field, you can discard a card, special summon 1 plant monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck. It doesn't negate the effect, and then you're locked under Synchro monsters only for the rest of the turn. Can you summon Lone Fire Blossom, or like, oh my god, you can. And you can also summon the Cactus Bouncer. This is really terrifying. This is a very, very good card. Yeah, so this is a level 4 non-tuner. If you can use, I believe, Red Rose Dragon, you can do hella nice things. Fantastic. Okay, great card. So far, so good. I'll take it. This is Twilight Rose Black Knight. So, obviously, a remake of Twilight Rose Knight, I think. I forgot. There we go. Exact same stats. It looks identical. I love when Konami just makes like those cool references to like older cards that obviously were played by Akiza and are supposed to be Black Rose Dragon support, but they didn't really have any cohesion. And also the monster, Twilight Rose Knight, is a warrior monster, which feels weird in a plant deck, but now it's been rebranded as a plant monster. Anyways, first and third effect once per turn. If this card is no longer a special summon, you can special summon a Black Rose Dragon or a level 4 or lower plant monster from a grave, but its effects are negated. Would have been nice if it's summoned from the hand or graveyard. That way it would have been like objectively better than the old one, but Plant monsters you control gain 1000 attack while you control a Synchro monster. It gives you the attack boost so that you can run over like Liger Dancer and stuff like that, which honestly could be relevant. You're gonna see why in a second. And then you can target another plant monster control, increase or decrease its level by 1. Okay, honestly, I'm not sure if this is really relevant because your tuners are level 3 and your non-tuners are level 4. And you're typically making level 7 Synchros, but I could be wrong. There might be a reason to go for this. Actually, if you can make a level 5 Synchro, you can make the Garden Rose Maiden or something, which is also a very good card. So yeah, I mean, it's an okay card, but I don't really think it's as good as Violent Switch. Anyways, Bramble Rose Dragon, level 7 Fire Plant Synchro. Okay, so it's now generic. Unlike Black Rose, you need a plant tuner. Second and third effect once per turn. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect and inflicts 600 damage to them. When that effect resolves, and if you do, all face-up monsters you control lose at 600 attack. This is now once per turn. It stacks. If you have multiple copies of Bramble Rose Dragon, it's pretty much Masquerade 2.0. These kinds of cards, honestly, I'm always I'm always down to have them in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they're not really interrupting the opponent, but they're an inconvenience. Like, if you play a deck like Malice, bro, you're gonna get burned at the speed of light. Imagine having like 2 or 3 copies of this. You know, Dormouse effect pay like 12, and then effect in the banished pay like another 15, and then effect, White Rabbit, effect, oh my god, you're gonna die in 2 seconds. So it's a really powerful effect for sure, even if it doesn't like stop the opponent from, you know, conducting an action. Anyways, during the main phase quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon one Black Rose Dragon from your extra deck, and it's treated as a synchro summon. I like it. This is very good. So it's just a better Black Rose to make, because obviously there's no reason to synchro summon for Black Rose Dragon on turn 1, but there is a reason to summon this card when you're going first. And then you can banish it from the grave, special summon one level 4 or lower plant tuner from a grave, and it doesn't negate the effect. You will see in just a second why the graveyard effect of this card is very, very good. But yeah, fantastic card. Obviously, you can't complain. Okay, Hate Rose Witch, level 6 Dark Plant Synchro. Oh, there we go. So that's another reason why decreasing the level of your monster can matter. So 3 plus 4 minus 1 would be able to make this new monster right here. And it's generic. First and third effect once per turn. If this card is synchro summon, you can send up to 2 plant monsters to the grave. So 1 from your deck and 1 from your extra deck. This is remarkable. Very, very good. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except synchro monsters. So the goal is to send whatever you want from the deck, and then you also send this, and then you banish it, and then basically it summons like... It's the equivalent of like summoning any level 4 lower plant tuner from your deck, which is ridiculously broken, but unfortunately, Red Rose Dragon is a dragon monster. So that's a little frustrating, because if you could also summon that one, it would have been the nuts. But no, it's not the case. Still a very good card though. Might work very well with like the aroma stuff or whatever. But yeah, anyways, plant monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. By effects. Okay, it was same thing. So the way you're outing Liger Dancer, right, is that if there's no Baguska, no SP, whatever, you summon this card, and then your opponent will never be able to destroy your stuff. And then you summon this one right here, and then your monsters will become pretty powerful, and then you can just run over the Liger Dancers. So yeah, I mean, it's an inherent out to Liger Dancer just because your monsters don't die and you can boost them. And I think this is relevant, so fantastic effect. Honestly, do not sleep on those passive effects that just protect your stuff from being destroyed, because it used to not be too relevant because cards like Regeki and stuff, they don't really exist, but with Liger Dancer, it really does come up all the time. And that's the reason why Vanquish Soul, the link, the field spell, it really does change everything. If your card or cards on the field is destroyed by card effect while this card is in your grave, you can special summon this card. This card has pretty much everything going for it. It's so incredibly good. And also, it says if a card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, doesn't necessarily state on your field or your card. So yeah, I mean, you can literally destroy an opponent's card with Black Rose or destroy yourself with Black Rose, and then this comes back, but unfortunately, it's not going to be able to trigger that effect. Although, if this card was like on special summoned, like you can send up to 2 plant monsters, whatever, this would have been one of the best cards I'd like ever read, at least in months, but it's not the case. But at the very least, now when you go for Black Rose Dragon to nuke everything, your own field survives. So that's absolutely fantastic. Love it. I think this is like the Jirak deck that is like more interesting. I think it's like, it does it better, in a way. Anyways, this is the last card, a Black Rose Garden, continuous spell. And you can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn, and the third effect is once per turn. So when this card resolves, you can add a Rose Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. This is insanity. Like, extremely good. And this is where it gets really nasty. Face-up monsters on the field become plant monsters. If you go first and you open with a card like this, not only do you get to pop off, but also it's a floodgate against a lot of decks. Like against Malice, for example. I'm assuming Malice will get banned, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it doesn't. Bro, no Splash Mage, no Cyrus Wicked. How are you dealing with this? Like, there's just no way you're playing. There's no Lingerable either. Like, your deck just completely sucks. This is really strong. Like, it's a nasty floodgate that just pisses people off. Just like Zombie World, Clockwork Knight, I guess you can say DNA Surgery. These kinds of effects, I will always take them, but it would have been even better if you could Contact Fuse with plant monsters, but whatever. And also, it means that all of your monsters, no exception, will be able to die. So you can make like generic monsters and they still survive. You can make like IP and like random bullshit, and because of the fact that they become plant, well, you're good. So yeah, fantastic effect. So far, so very good. If this card is destroyed, again, including by your own card effects, so including your own Black Rose, inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each plant monster in your grave and banished. Then if it was destroyed by the effect of Black Rose Dragon, you inflict a bonus 2400 damage to them. This is really nice. You can burn really quickly. And also, it's a time win condition, so I will also take it. This card is Insanity. It's not a field spell either, so it doesn't clash with the other Black Garden. And it looks really similar to Black Garden as well. But I really like the, you know, the reference to Black Rose Dragon. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful card. Very good. This card's incredibly good. This card's really good. This card's alright. It's actually quite good as well. And this card's fantastic. Everything is nice, honestly. The Black Rose Dragon, I think they got spoiled. Unlike these cards right here, which are trash. I mean, the continuous spell is good, but like these two cards, bro, what the frick. Anyways, let's get into the final cards of today's video, which are the Tri-Brigade cards. So a lot of cosplaying, which I don't really care about. Okay, Tri-Brigade Arms Mauser. What? Okay, Link to Earth Beast. Bottom left, bottom right. What is this card? Oh, okay, that's the reason why they were cosplaying. They were just trying to go like, oh, guess what the card is gonna look like. I don't care. It's okay. 2 Beast Warrior or Wing Beast monsters. First and second effect once per turn. If this card is Link summoned, you can send the 2 Tri-Brigade cards with different names from your deck and or extra deck to the grave. Except itself. Also, you are locked under only being able to summon BBWs from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. This is actually broken when you think about it. So, you can actually splash like a Tri-Brigade engine in decks like Lunalight or Yummy, potentially, and it could make sense now. It didn't before. I think it made no sense, but now, kind of starting to see it. You know, it's pretty good. And also, like, pure Tri-Brigade can also make sense. Or if you want to play, I don't know, like Tri-Brigade with, like, another BBW engine, that could also make sense. As if it couldn't get any better. Oh, no, it can always get better. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target one face-up monster on the field, change it to face-down defense. You no longer have to play the garbage Evil Twin package with the brick in the main deck as an Ultimate Slayer target. I feel like this is usually better than sending the Link 5 so that you can send Garura. Ultimate Slayer now being able to send a Link to bounce back a Link and then use the effect of this in order to Book of Moon any monster on the field. This is simply gorgeous. This is beautiful. I'm a huge fan. And honestly, I think Ultimate Slayer in the right deck should actually become a staple, because the real problem was that there weren't like enough good extra deck cards to dump. But now, when you think about it, for Xyz, we've got Aggregator, we've got Valon, so we can destroy like face down cards, we can destroy, I mean, we can negate the effect of face up cards, so we can cover like pretty much everything. And then for Golden Cloudy Smalong, which is a synchro, you get to bounce back a card on the field, which is very good. Or you can send Herald of the Arclight so that you can search a ritual monster. If you're playing a deck like Mitsurugi, that gets your stuff going, so you're breaking boards and you're also, you know, unbreaking at the same time. That's insanely broken. And now for the links, so you can send obviously the Tri-Brigade Link 5, and now we can send this, which I think is much better. So this is an insane card. I think it's not necessarily like a game-defining card, but like this effect is also terrifying. It really is broken. Like you can send Kit into Nerval, and then search like a Karis, and then you discard anything, summon, and then banish, summon, blah blah blah, and then you pop off, you search Revolt, you do infinite things. But yeah, no, this is just broken. It really is just simply broken. And also, like, you go effect, send, like, the Bear Brum as well as something. You can even Sheen block so that Revolt is a guaranteed search. What a time to be alive, huh? Tri-Brigade players are probably extremely happy to see this card because it is one of the most impressive monsters I've seen in a very long time. So, I'm speechless. Tri-Brigade Hammer, quick play spell. Activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect once per turn. So either you're adding a Tri-Brigade spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except itself. Honestly, other than Revolt, I don't even know if there's anything that comes to mind. I don't really think they're like super fantastic. I don't think I've ever seen a single Tri-Brigade spell or trap other than Revolt, yeah? I don't know. There's a second effect, so banish any number of Tri-Brigade cards from your graveyard. Wow, just cards in general. Special summon one Tri-Brigade Link monster for your extra deck with a Link rating equal to the number banished. Basically, to summon a Link 4, you're gonna have to banish 4 cards. You can't just banish like 2 Link 2s. Okay, so it's not... Okay. But yeah, anyways, whatever. Ignoring the summoning conditions, also you can now special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Beast or Wing Beast monsters. Does this mean that you could potentially look into playing this card in Yummy? Probably not, but you might just want to play like one Revolt, and then you can link off into this. Even when you're locked under like Obedience Cooled, you can do some really nasty things. And yeah, Revolt is one heck of a card. It's extremely good. And also gets you like insane follow-up. If you're playing the Tri-Brigade cards, but hold on a second. You do have, for Revolt, do you have to revive back Tri-Brigades or just Beast or Wing Beast? Yeah, actually, it's generic. Oh my god. Yeah, I think this is like a decent card. I don't know if this is like better than Revolt, but it has to be like comparable in a way. So yeah, obviously, if you're playing the actual Tri-Brigade deck itself, you've got more options. I forgot what the Link 5 actually did, but the fact that you're ignoring the summon condition with this means that the Link 5 is actually easily summonable, which is good because, so your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when you special summon a monster. When a monster declares an attack, you can banish this card. Also banish all cards your opponent controls. Holy crap. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one okay. Yeah, we've got some nice options. Like I said, Shiraig, the Ominous Omen, is typically one of the best ones that you can go for, because that card is something. If Tri-Brigade, by the way, is getting more support, maybe Despia is going to get more support. You never know. Obviously, it's correlated. It's the exact same lore. I still think it's a really good card, and obviously the Link is insane. The Black Rose Dragon support, insane, completely broken. This is trash, but the continuous spell is good. And then this is goated. Probably the highlight of today's video, especially for Hungry Nuggets. Like, personally, I think this is like an unbreakable board. There is no way you can lose if you draw Nugget, especially not if you have like Ketchup and Mayo at the same time. Like, it's just too much for anyone to handle. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know which of all these new cards is your favorite in the comments down below. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.